Hello, welcome to See Creative. Today is the tutorial for the tote bag with the different granny squares, just the colourful ones of these. They're not made with any rhyme or reason, they're just made in the continuous yarn from Wendy's Giggles, and it's using a 4mm hook. I have the 4mm hook, a 3.5 in yarn and needle, my scissors and the block, which I've never used before apart from this. It was because I wanted to make the straight tote bag. So follow along. If you would like to subscribe and like this video for more content. Thank you. Hi, to make the granny square part of our tote bag, I'm going to need 18 of those. I'm using this wool from Hobbycraft and it just variegates by itself, so I'm not into, well, I don't mind changing all the yarn every time, but I'm not a big fan of it. It's too much, too many ends. Getting back to the granny square, we're going to chain 4, slip stitch into the first chain and a chain 2, so that leaves us with a hole in the middle, not there but there, and that's where we're going to do 2 more double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, chain 2, chain, and the last corner, the last side is 3 double crochet, and chain 2. So with them, I've noticed as well with a few tutorials, you can buy the variegated yarn that changes by Red Hat, but I'm not sure. I've looked for it everywhere in UK and I can't find it, so I'm hoping it comes here very soon. That'll be like heaven. And then to slip stitch into the top of our 3 chain at the beginning, just to join it up. I'm going to chain 2, turn my work. You don't have to, but because I'm using the same colour yarn, I just want to try and make it something of a something rather than all colours crossing over each other. And I've actually got a knot there, so oh no, just try and get that incorporated in. 2, 3, and I don't chain in between. My clusters, so I do the corner, which is 3 cluster of 3 granny stitches, chain 2, and then back into the same corner. I can hear my my wrist cracking. Chain 2 and back into the same corner. Yeah, because it would be lovely, wouldn't it, to use that yarn? It just automatically changes colour where you want it, like magic. Although the granny square is intended to use up your scraps, isn't it? So you would have all of the scraps, but I also like to make giant scrap balls and just make random projects, which I'm also looking. I've got so many ideas. So that's your first chain. So we're going to go up 1, 2, and then into that top one, slip, and see how I've landed there. So I could slip into the corner, but it pulls I tend to pull it so it goes there that way. So to stop that from happening for me, to make my squares more square, and I have blocked these, which I never normally block, but I wanted this for a tote bag and I want it to look professional. So I'm going to chain 2 and turn. And I think I'm going to chain do 3 because I'm not liking the look of this first one. Looks a bit eedy beady. So that's our middle center one, and then we're going to go out to the edges. I've totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, because I want to make a tote bag, so I want it to look really nice and square, and I'm going to sew it on the sewing machine tomorrow. With all of my squares. Chain 2, back into the corner, the 3. And we're going to miss this big gap into the middle. I mean, we're going to hit the gap. Oh, I can't get my words out right. And then into the corner. Yes, I was watching this thing before, and it was going on about grannies and crochet and grannies, and I think, well, I know lots of people that crochet now, and I think crochet is a young person's craft. I don't think it is. I've been crocheting since I've been young. I know I'm a granny now, but I knows I haven't always been a granny, and I've always loved to crochet. And I think it's great that everybody wants to wear crochet and handmade and recycled. Why not? I'm just a lover of scrap yarn. I want to go into all of the charity shops and have a good ratch about and see what yarns I can pick up. I've got a big bag in there of scraps. So that's 2 in the corner and 1 in the centre. We'll come up to our corner again. And then, because that was the itty bitty one that I'm not loving, I'm just going to skip over it. Slip stitch above it and chain 2 and then turn and do the 3. So now we should have 2 gaps on either side. Oops, no. I do love bright colours. corners are always the same. I'm going to go into that top loop, slip stitch it. Let's count how many we've got now. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round to go. Just noticing this one, there's the odd little piece of just colours. I don't know if I'm liking that or not. But when you look at the original ball, it doesn't have that in. It just looks, oh, there's a little bit there. And how I've been blocking mine is just pin the corners down and spray with a tiny little bit of, well, I've got a water spray, but I've put Febreze in it. You know, like the fabric, it's not a fabric softener. I suppose you could use a fabric softener. But yeah, just to make it smell nice as well. So block it down and then spray it. And then the next day it's dry and more square. What a difference it made. It looks really nice. Not that I'll be blocking everything, because I do lots of blankets and cardigans, and oh, couldn't be doing that. I suppose a cardigan you could just lay flat. Just join the last piece up. All I do is sew in my ends. If I go around the circle in the middle, pull it tight and then back again. flip it over. This will be the blocking part of the video, where I'm just going to straighten out these squares so they're not as curled up on the ends, and hopefully we'll get round to doing enough so I can make this. This is the bag that I'm using behind. It's just a canvas bag from Amazon, and I'll be attaching these somehow in my next in the next part of the video. From Hobbycraft, Wendy Giggles. And it says to use a 4mm hook. I'm only going to do that to cast on, because when I've cast on it's always tight. So I get my 4mm hook. And we're going to chain about 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to take out 4mm hook and pick up my 3.5, and all I'm going to do is single crochet, not in the first one, backwards and forwards, for 7 rows, and that will give a nice strap and it'll be nice and tight. Hi again. To assemble our tote bag, I'm going to get all my nicely blocked pieces, and I'm just going to roughly put them in a position. So I want just to go over slightly. So I'm not going to crochet between the edges, and this is the tote that's going to be my lining anyway. And I know that I need to have 9, so what I'm going to do is join them all together, work out what colours actually I'm going to have, and I'm just going to slip stitch them all down together, double size and back up again, and then down the sides, and then I will come back to you then. So basically all I'm going to do is just slip stitch over, not slip stitch, just with the needle, and make sure you get all your corners meeting up together. So I'll start that and then come back. I've just put it out in what colours I'm going to use and how I'm going to set them out. I've got the handles ready that I made. From the other part of the video. So they're ready to go, and I'm going to cut them ones off when I sew, because I've made these quite sturdy, so I don't think they'll be stretching. And I'm going to cut the canvas handles off. You could crochet around them, you could leave them plain, whatever you want to do. So I'm just quickly going to show you how I attach. You could crochet in between, that'll give a nice coloured effect. You can do like a chain up between. All I'm going to do is make sure I've got where I want it to be. So I don't want this, I try not to get the same colour to touch. So work my way up that way. So this goes to that one. I have no really wrong sides, and all I'm going to do is make sure I get in that hole there from this one, so that very corner to that very corner. Leave some long threads because we will be joining more together, so it doesn't matter. We'll be sewing all the ends in and using them to join together. So all I'll be doing is sewing that across to there, stitch to stitch. And invisible, hopefully. It's quite yellowy, it is yellow, so it's quite, you'll be able to see it through. That's why I was thinking to do a crochet join. I might still, depends what this looks like. I don't really want to have a long pauses on this, but I do concentrate and try to talk at the same time. But I won't be showing all the way, I want to show you the first couple. This is how I do it anyway. It's not a certain way, just the way that I'm going to do it. So corner to corner again on the other. Make sure you get exactly in the corner. Do a little knot to fasten it off, and let's see what it looks like. I don't know if I like that. Right, let me try corner to corner. Luckily I have two spare. I'm getting a size 4. Put this round. I'm going to put a slip knot. I'm going to put my corner to corner in the end, in the corner to corner again. And I'm going to crochet through the two opposite sides to each other. 2 stitches, 2 V's. I'm trying not to do it too tight. If you feel that it's getting tight, I'm going to do a change up to a 4.5 needle. Which might be what I need to do. So already I think that's what I'm inclined to do. So corner, make sure you've got your corner into the corner. That's better. So all I'm going to do is work my way, which way I'm going to work. I'll do all of the littles and then come right up the main piece. I think. Should I join? No, I'll join this one. Oh, can't make my mind up today. It just makes it a bit more fiddly, but corner into the corner. Do your first loop. We'll be leaving a tiny gap because when we come up the other way, the horizontal way we're doing, if we come up vertically, we need some space. So yeah, I'll meet you back when I have done all of these together, the whole lot. So I've managed to sew my bag together. put a couple of extra rows around the top, and now I want to put my lining in. So I've just got one of them canvas bags, just buy off Amazon. I'm going to fold that up, pop it in and fold it out. So it touches all sides. Hopefully it's down enough at the bottom. Sorry, I can't, my nose won't stop running. Yeah. So that's the inside of the bag, and I'm going to snip off these handles because I don't want them ones on. I've made some of my own. Just checking how they'd put it on. And now I'm going to just hand stitch. I was going to put it on the machine, but I thought, well, not everybody's got a sewing machine. So all I'm going to do is, because there's a little button as well that comes on this bag. So I'm just going to sew around the top of the canvas bag neatly, and then it was same side to same side. So I'm just going to pop that in, possibly pop that in before I sew it, and then that's sandwiched in. So pop that in that side, that in that side, and then I've got another one for the opposite side, and I will meet you back up with the finished result. Well, I hope you can manage. Any questions, just pop them in the description box below and I'll be able to answer them for you. Here we have the bag just in half. I've decided to turn it up at the bottom, and now I'm going to attach the sides, and then I'll come back after that. So I changed my mind. I decided to come upstairs and get on the machine, and I have actually left my clips downstairs, which I didn't want to. So I want to sandwich in the handles and sew around at the same time. Wish me luck. So this is handle number 1 and top side. So go to where the handles were that you've recently taken off and pop them together. I'm going to start sewing. I've put a green thread on my machine. And hopefully pop that right down so it can come up to the edge. I hope you can see that. Keeping the crochet work up until the top of the canvas, and just letting it thread feed through nice and gradually. It will go off because I'm using one hand. Okay, so we do that all the way around for both sides.